Joe Show, coming at you. Show number 32, 32, for those who don't habla. But anyway, long story short, globally, nationally, locally, from beautiful suburban outskirts of Denham Springs, L.A., Little Joe, how was your week?
It was good. I went 8-6.
8-6 on his picks.
So I don't know if you tallied up your picks from the last show, but I went 8-6.
I think I bombed.
So look, I don't know. I mean, if you only know if you tally. So look, there I am Friday night. Everything's looking good. Washington State's ahead by 14 points, and them jokers Houston come down and score a TD. So now Washington State's ahead by 7. It's Washington State -9. They got 2 minutes 30 seconds left. They drive down the field about inside of 30-35, and what do they do with 1 minute and 3 seconds left?
Score.
They kneel the ball.
Oh, no, that's right.
They kneel the ball. So I lost that one. All right, so then Alabama was ahead by 2 scores. No, I'm sorry. By 31 points at the tail end of the game, dude. I don't even think they had the B teamers in. They had the C teamers in. So anyway, so Alabama's ahead by 31, and what do? They give up a long drive. South Carolina gets to the 35. Okay, so South Carolina's at the 30-35. They are in a 4th and 4. And what does Alabama do? Get a roughing the passer call. 15 yards with about 10-15 seconds left. Dude throws a strike in about to the 5-yard line, and the dude scores. So so Alabama won by 24. I lost that one. So then later on that night, Kentucky Kentucky +8.
Right.
So Kentucky is down 21-22. They miss a field goal. So I'm like, all right, well, that don't matter. I'm still ahead. But Florida gets the ball with like 40 seconds left, and what do? They run a play.
Yeah.
And that play turns into a touchdown.
I know,
it was some weird stuff. Yeah, they turned into a touchdown. Oops. So it's like, I pushed that game. So that means you don't win.
No.
So I was on the cusp of going 11-3, and I wound up 8-6.
Well, that's the fickle, fun part about parlaying, point spreads, and college football. You never can tell. It's not over till the last whistle, whether it be overtime or not. But we got a lot of football to talk about. Globally, the drone attack on the oil fields over there in Saudi, correct?
Yeah, dude, I don't really know what's going on. Okay, I thought the Houthi rebels or whatever that are in Yemen that are supposedly launched this thing, they're backed by Iran, but they have drones now. Who gave them the drones? Where'd the drones come from? These are drones that flew by and fired on them, or are these suicide drones? Because if it's drones that flew by and fired on them, then somebody had to be controlling them somewhere.
Yeah.
Somebody had to be controlling the drones.
Right.
Was it like, that's what I'm saying, was it like suicide attack like drones? I mean, almost like a cruise missile?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, who has this technology? Where are they getting this from? Somebody just didn't up and, hey, look, we got a drone that could fly, thousands of miles and hit our target,
Yeah.
So the Houthi rebels or whatever, you'd have to think, if that's true, if they really did that, boy, they're really getting close, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and they're trying to draw us in. And just like you said a couple of shows ago, I mean, Trump's holding his so-called Trump card. I mean, we can annihilate those guys, rub them off the map, I guess.
I personally don't think they had anything to do with it. That's one of the most heavily secured areas in the world, because you have all the U.S. military right there. You got all like the British military and stuff like that. You have bases that are Americanized inside of Saudi Arabia. There's no way that could happen. And in my humble opinion, boy, you'd really have to pull some major strings if you're the Houthi rebels or whatever to like make that happen. So that's why I'm saying this is another BS false flag. Yep. Oil prices jumped. Here's my thing. Oil prices jumped temporarily because of like it's really not that big of a deal. It really didn't upset world markets because there's such a glut of oil in reserves. But look, what did President Trump do? He says he's gonna tap the Strategic Petroleum Reserve.
There you go.
Okay, but look. Now I don't like doing that unless it's like some real stuff.
Right.
But the thing is, if the oil mafia or whatever was looking to profit off of this, they didn't profit that much.
Yeah.
Because maybe a day, maybe just a little bit, because Trump said, well, I'll tap the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Beep, oil price went back down.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, I think it's going to it's already hit the gas pumps. You can pass right around town. Even at the racetrack, the gas was up 15, 20 cents since yesterday. It was up almost, 15, 20 cents since yesterday. And I feel for the people in California, family and friends that I have in California. I know they don't need any excuses to let that high-priced dollar gas a gallon go up. But anyway, that's the global thing. There's other stuff. Brexit's going on, but I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with us. I guess it does. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm probably wrong. But nationally, another hurricane is bounced off the East Coast, Humberto, and is going out into the Atlantic, and really not a threat, just a lot of high winds. Locally, nationally, again, there's the big storm out in the Gulf. Well, it was a tropical thing. I don't know what it got a number on, but it's going to inundate Houston. They say anywhere from 6 to 10 inches. We got family in Houston. I hope Godspeed to you. You don't flood out, or if you do, seek higher ground. Locally, I mean, the first thing that hit the airwaves yesterday on 6 o'clock news was the injury to Drew Brees' thumb. I mean, even though they got killings and crime and school, teachers in Texas and, all this stuff like that. And the first headline for the past day or two really has been Drew Brees' thumb broke or whatever. He's going to be out 6 weeks. If they go 3-3, they'll salvage the season. If they go 4-2, they maybe go to the Super Bowl. Every time they win a game, everybody starts talking Super Bowl, just like the Cowboys, and they're on a roll. But, I mean, that's as far as I know. I got a thing in the mail, and we're going to get locally here, but I got a thing in the mail today from the Nielsen ratings, and I've belonged to, I've subscribed to them. I've entered their things just like that, surveys and stuff about TV. They send you money. They send you crisp, numerically numbered $1 bills, and then they upped it to $5 bills. I think one time I got 6 $5 bills, brand new, crisp. I saved them for as long as I could. They folded real nice in my wallet.
But they want you to fill it out as you go.
Yeah.
That's crap and a half.
Yeah.
With all the modern technology they got out today, they don't have something they can just stick on your TV to see what channel you're watching.
Yeah.
See, that's how you know you can fake ratings.
Right.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You could say, hundreds of millions of people or 10 million.
Yeah.
10 million people tuned in to see that episode. How do they know that? How do they know that? Because you have to fill that stuff in.
Yeah.
For weekly soap. But no, that's what I'm saying. So somebody that's not even watching, I watched CBS all night the other night. Yeah, we never changed the channel. Now, you know that's a lie.
I did it to ESPN. I put ESPN in the Andy Griffin Show, and I just drew a line the whole thing down. Yeah, I had to do that, man. I had to do that, I really was. But, it didn't, if you watch, you get a couple of marathon episodes on one of the channels. But listen, so my thing is that this one was about local radio, and what radio stations are you listening to? Well, I would have filled that one out because, and they sent me a Chris Dollar on this one, but I would have filled that one out because local radio in this town, in this area, to me, sucks. But, talk shows, football shows,
FM
sports
sucks.
shows.
FM sucks.
The FM radio. The only channel I listen to is AM 1260. I guess I can say it on the air, WBRH 1260. That's the only one I listen to. It's the only one I cater to. By the time I get in my truck, even at my shop with the saws blaring as loud as it is, I'm always listening to 1260. But anyway, that's the local take on me, about LSU football. It's breaking records here and there. They're doing just as good as they expected to do at this point. They're breaking passing records, receiving records. It's about time, Baton Rouge. It's about time, LSU. Hope they can hold on. The more they talk about it, how big and bad they are and scoring all these points and stuff like that, I think Buddha can confide in me when a coach from one of the opposing teams said, hey, where's all those points at? And You know what I mean. I don't have to say anymore.
Bear with us, everybody. We're the battery on the camera was going out, so keep going.
Okay. Well, anyway, I wanted to get to the local thing again. There was a crime on crime killing, but in the northern part of town this past weekend, which is a shameful account. But I wanted to read you these things before we get into the local, because I'm so sick and tired. And I believe all our listening audience is too. If you're not, then that's fine. That's what you like. Every day, in and out, 24/7 bombardment of the president, bombardment of the Republicans, bombardment of everything from A to Z. But listen, let me tell you how these Democrats are and what's going on out there if you don't already know. If you need some information more, these people I start talking about, go find out yourself, but you already know. Cory Booker.
It's Booker.
Yeah, Booker says he wants to punch the president. Okay. Joe Biden says he wants to beat up the president. Maxine Waters, the predator, says to get in Republican faces when they're out in public. Jimmy Kimmel and other late-night hosts joke about assassinating the president. Snoop Dogg makes a video of a fake assassination of the president. Kathy Griffin, who is a worthless piece of humanity if you ask me, poses with a severed bloody head of the president. She felt that repercussions for sure. Johnny Depp, who's useless now, jokes about assassinating the president. Madonna, says she wants to blow up the White House. Antifa routinely assaults conservatives everywhere they chance to get. AOC calls out the border agents, calls them Nazis, and refuses to condemn violence against them. The so-called Squad supports terrorists of Palestine and Hamas and routinely spews anti-Semitic rhetoric. Congress refuses to call out the then Omar of making anti-Semitic threats and remarks, and Rashiba, whoever will add, Tlaib, calls the president, you know what she called him, an MFer. Trump is the one who's inciting all this hate and all this insidious talk. I mean, if I said right now I wanted to do what these people said they wanted to do to the president, you think I'd be here long enough to think that, or do they care anymore? 24/7 Democratic BS. If it's not impeachment, it's what, Little Joe?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the other word that Democrats use all the time? Every time we talked about it prior.
I don't know, dude. I'm losing it.
Come on, you can't lose. It starts with an R.
Just tell me. I don't know.
Racism.
Oh, racism.
Yeah.
Racist.
How can you forget that? Everything's racist.
Yeah,
those guys say.
racist.
If you drive in your car, if you smoke in your car, if I'm holding an OU cup because I live here, it's racism. I heard a friend of ours years ago said John Wayne was racist. He had a Mexican wife. Okay, Mexican-American wife or whatever.
Racism.
That's racism. What else is racism?
I don't know. You talk to most people that vote Democrats, just in general. Hey, man, what are you doing tomorrow night? Racism. Hey, man, you want to come to the football? Racism. Hey, man, we're going out to eat with the buddies. Oh, no, they're going to be talking about racism? I'm like, nah, dude, forget it.
Wow.
Nah, just in all truthfulness, I mean, the whole race car with the Democrat Party, dude, like, I don't even really know where all that's headed. I mean, do people really still believe that in this day and age? I mean, come on, dude.
Wake up.
But a lot of people, I guess do. If you tell a lie long enough, they'll keep believing it.
Yeah.
So I want to get go ahead.
Oh no, it's just racism. What's spewed out of their mouth daily, 24/7, knocking the president, whatever he does.
Yeah, no,
good, great, whatever.
But they accused everybody and their mama about racism, though.
Beto's an idiot. Beto, he did more
Beto's
for
a joke,
gun
dude.
sales and the AR-15 or AF-15, whatever you call that assault weapon. He did more for the sales of that, saying he was going in everybody's house and buying them back or taking them back, or you're going to give them up. Okay?
Yeah,
so,
no, but
he's an idiot.
But he knows that won't work. See, that's the thing. He's got to be getting some type of kickback from the gun lobbies or something, dude. Like,
yeah, man.
Dude, he was AR-15 salesman of the month, dude. Like, for real.
Yeah.
And I mean, and probably that's going to go on probably for a couple of months now. But that's what I'm saying. why are we even having this conversation in America, dude? Really and truthfully, no. Why are we even having this conversation in America? If you really wanted to do something about everything, you do something first and foremost about cigarettes. And then you do something first and foremost about alcohol. But then you have abortion too, dude. That's if you really cared about people's lives and mass killings and people dying on a grand scheme, you do something about those three things first.
Yeah.
Hammers, chainsaws, pistols.
Yeah.
Those kill knives, stabbings. Those kill more people per year than anything. But yet you're going after so-called assault weapons that kill like a very. I don't even know if it's like fully 1% of the gun-related deaths in America. I don't know, dude. It's a lot of BS.
Another funny thing, when you talked about, cigarettes or whatever, vaping.
Oh, yeah, dude, and now there's like a big thing on vaping and stuff like that. Look, but my thing is, dude, okay, hey, this product could kill you. Oh, yo, pass that, fool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like that. Who at this point is keeping smoking it? If you're a smoker, you might as well go back to Pall Malls. No filters.
It's getting your lungs. It's got more nicotine. They're catering to the different flavors of it for the young kids. And who's making all the money off of this? The cigarette companies, not Juul. The cigarette companies. How, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're just getting. Now you're going back to cigarettes. The vapor's killing me. Now I'm going back to cigarettes. I mean, that's stupid, man.
Yeah, I know. See, but I didn't hear anything about all this until Juul came along, though.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
what the vaping.
I didn't hear, if they're using Juul, I think it might be something just with Juul.
Well,
Juul.
It's got enough nicotine in it. 200 hits of a Juul pipe or whatever, it has enough nicotine in it as a pack of cigarettes. So how many hits you going to do a day?
But yet they won't, federally legalize cannabis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
Speaking of, we haven't been doing a cannabis.
Because they can't make any money off of it.
We haven't been doing the cannabis corner lately. Listen, but, there's enough sentiment out there in enough states, and this is how you know that your politicians don't give a good gosh diggity dog about you. Oh, you watched that whole Democrat debate, the debacle the other night. I grudgingly had to watch it just because I needed
bites.
Yeah, I just needed, and once I saw about 10 minutes of it, I was like, okay, I'm done.
Right.
Not once did I see any clip or anything like that of any of them talking about federal legalization of cannabis.
Yeah.
They don't want it. They don't want it because they're not going to make any money off of it, and they have all these deals, probably backdoor deals with all these other companies that be like, no, we're making more money if it's not legal. You know what I'm trying to say? It's kind of weird, but anyway, look, before we get, we're at a nice little mark here, so
good.
Let's go ahead and get this out the way. So I want to throw something at you, the Joe and Joe audience. This is another test for you, the Joe and Joe audience, or people that are just stumbling onto this show. If you read a headline, or if there was a headline, just imagine if there was a headline that said, white supremacist kills, a known white supremacist kills black college student at her clerk job. Think about it.
Got it.
So a skinhead Nazi white supremacist walks in the just name your, think of a place, think of a convenience store. Walks in there, shoots the clerk, who's black, steps over her body, steals the money out the cash register, scampers off. Boy, it'd be a holy uproar.
Yeah.
Would it not be? Or in this citywide ruckus, all the organizations, alphabet organizations, and news outlets would come out and cover that 24/7.
That's
and
it.
And there it would be. Racism, all day long. But, see, when it's something like this, which is the real headline, if it's something like this, nobody cares. Very few people care. Okay.
Yep.
Man accused of killing, this is from The Advocate, mind you, man accused of killing LSU grad student was on parole. Antonio Watts, 22, had been cycling through the criminal justice system in recent years on minor and nonviolent offenses, including his simple burglary and distribution of marijuana. His criminal record is limited to Everville Parish and contains no prior arrest in East Baton Rouge Parish. So he was supposed to be in jail. But what does he do? He kills a convenience store clerk, and the dude was an immigrant. That's right. Come on. Where's all the immigrant? Hey, here we go. An immigrant killing an immigrant college student at that.
A legal immigrant.
Yeah. An immigrant college student who is working his way through school from Bangladesh, and he was just months away from returning home to get married before finishing his doctorate in computer science and engineering at the University of LSU. That's right. They got the dude on camera. Let's see. They got a couple
day or two to get him.
they got a couple of witnesses. They got a couple of, they got stuff on camera. Like I said, I mean, the dude's, and to top it all off, he confessed. So here's my thing. Why, where's all the outrage that would be if the story I told you first
reversed
would have been, reversed. See, we wouldn't hear the end of it.
Yeah.
But now it's like us here in the capital area have just gotten used to seeing things like this.
Well,
we've gotten used to it because it's not branded as racism here.
No.
It's branded as just robbery.
Yeah.
But if the shoe was
murder.
on the other foot, it would be racism. No matter if it was robbery or not.
Right.
It would be racism. And that's my bone to pick with the whole climate, the whole racism climate we got going on in America, because this stuff like this goes on every day versus a very small minority of crimes that are supposed racism.
Right.
That's my only thing. It's like we're used to seeing things like this. So it doesn't it's like it doesn't even fit the narrative or a blink an eye, You'll see it on a couple of minutes on the news. They'll have it in the paper on the sidebar, and then everybody will forget about it and go back.
Right.
But if the shoe was on the other foot, it'd be nonstop 24/7 coverage in the paper every day, front page headlines. Which this is front page, don't get me wrong, but it would be up at the top. And there'd be all kind of investigations the FBI would do down here and all kind of crazy stuff.
I mean, it would be a big thing going on, and groundswell of people coming out of the woodwork and saying, that's racist, and they killed him, and this and that and the other. And again, it's reversed around. And it happens every day in America, and we don't know about it till you read about it or hear about it.
I don't know if I had said the guy Antonio Watts 22 is black, by the way. So look here, and that's the point I'm trying to make.
Right.
That's what I mean when the shoe is on the other foot.
Right.
There he is, right there. It's a picture of him. You can't miss him.
That's
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, he had been in and out the system, for the last couple of years, and then they said, he admitted to smoking marijuana, but not heroin. Okay, so now marijuana's not going to make you go rob somebody and shoot somebody like that.
No,
you just did it. You just did it for money. You didn't even do it. You just did it cold-blooded for money. It's not like you were all strung out on drugs. You just shot him. How much you want to bet he shot him because he knew him?
Yeah.
Because he knew him.
Probably had been in there.
Because all the people, he probably robbed where he thought he was comfortable. Yeah, I'll just rob that dude. He ain't nothing. I could just shoot him.
Right.
And then he probably recognized him, and then that was that. But anyway, so let's go ahead and flip to the unicorn show. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. All right, so let's look at some of the games this weekend.
TV games again?
Well, Joe, we're gonna do all TV. Of course, I went 8-6, so that means I made a little money if I did bet money, which I didn't. But I'm just saying, so I made a little money if I would have been betting money, but it was probably just enough to pay the juice. So here we are. I might have profited a little bit, but anyway, so Utah at USC, 8 p.m. FS1 on Friday night. Now,
ooh, that's a great game.
Utah's actually been doing pretty well, but they're at USC. USC lost to BYU on the road last week.
It's a pick'em.
It was an overtime. I really and truthfully, if it's a pick'em, Utah at USC, I'm rolling with Utah. Utah handily beat by BYU. Granted, they were at home, but USC would have to really show me something if you're going to win that game.
Okay, you know who the two top picks are to replace Clay Helton if they do lose and continue to lose, and especially if they lose to UCLA? Urban Meyer, Bob Stoops.
Bob Stoops wouldn't go coach USC.
Well, I don't know. That's just what people are talking about.
I could see Brent Venables doing it, though.
Yeah.
I could see Venables.
Yeah.
I could see Venables leaving Clemson.
Or even Joe Brady here at LSU.
That's his recruiting base, like, all the way across the country. Like, you're going to have to, like, convince players to go all the way to California. Yeah. And that's another thing, the Pac-12 is suffering. And let me tell you what my theory is. The Pac-12 is suffering because people are leaving Washington and Oregon and California.
By droves.
That's what I really think is going on there. That's why I think the Pac-12 is suffering.
Well, I don't know. they've been LAC-12 a couple of years ago, and these people have been leaving for the migration out of there. All right, so you got Utah, I got Southern Cal.
All right, well, what's the line?
It's a pick 'em.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. I'm taking Utah.
I'm taking Southern Cal.
Cal at Ole Miss, ESPNU, 11 a.m. Now, you got to have the sports package to do ESPNU, but I'm going to throw this one out there just because I think Cal can win this game. At Ole Miss don't matter. Cal can win this game. Cal is a good, solid team. I watched them beat Washington. They're solid. They play solid ball. I like that coach, Cal.
I'm going with the Rebels.
All right.
What are they, the Land Sharks or the Rebels?
I don't even care.
We're not trying to be racist. I'm sorry.
I don't even
care. Are they
care.
the Land Sharks?
Come on.
Let me know.
Michigan at Wisconsin.
Ooh.
Fox. 11
Wisconsin -3.
Wisconsin -3. You know what? Prove me wrong, Michigan. I don't believe in you. I'm taking Wisconsin.
I think Michigan bounces back. I think it's going to be a nail biter toward the end. I got to go Wisconsin. I hate Michigan.
All right.
Michigan. I know whoever started calling them Michigan. I didn't.
Yeah, that's some old ESPN BS. That's why I don't watch ESPN. All right, for the homers, LSU at Vanderbilt, 11 a.m. on SEC Network. What you got?
I believe it's -19, LSU.
LSU at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt plus 19 at home, 11 o'clock in Nashville.
Right.
The Tigers got it going a little late last week.
Yeah.
And they're coming up on a big schedule. It's a road. You're on the road in the SEC, especially at Vanderbilt. Weird things seem to happen. I'm rolling Vanderbilt plus 19.
Probably going with LSU because LSU's defense is going to come around. I'm sure they're going to set out a few more people. Hey, did you know Kenneth Mann's coming back in a couple of weeks? Anyway, long story short.
Dude, I thought he graduated.
No, he's coming back.
Oh, my God.
He'll be there for the Red Raiders. Anyway, LSU, I think they cover, man. I think they're three or four touchdowns better than Vandy.
We got to start rolling. Michigan State at Northwestern. It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
ABC. Michigan State on coming off a tough loss against Arizona State, which I won that game, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, tough loss. Michigan State at Northwestern. What's the line?
Michigan State -8.5 at Northwestern.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm roll with Michigan State. I think Michigan State could get it done.
I don't think they'll win more than a touchdown on the road. I'll go Northwestern. You realize I'm going against every game you say.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Tennessee at Florida, ESPN.
Yeah.
Now, look, the Volunteers have not looked good.
No, they won last week.
Florida is decent. Dan Mullen has to win the East.
Yeah.
Tennessee could very well. Now, Tennessee had a bye week, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. No, they won last week. They beat somebody. They did.
I thought Tennessee had a bye week.
No, they beat somebody 48 to nothing.
Either which way, Tennessee at Florida. Give me a spread now.
-12.5 Florida.
Tennessee
with a new quarterback.
Tennessee at Florida -12.5. So it's Tennessee plus 12.5 at Florida. That's a big point total. There's no Felipe Franks. Florida has not looked good this year. I'm rolling with Tennessee. Show me something, Tennessee. Good old Rocky Top.
Yeah,
Rocky Top, Tennessee.
I'm going to get on board with you on that one. Anybody disagree or agree, that's fine. But I'm going to get on the board and say the Volunteers make it close. I think they're up and coming, and that guy's
They're tired of losing. They finally hit rock bottom.
That guy's job will be on the hot seat if you don't watch out.
All right, so look, here we go. 2:30 CBS. Now we're getting into the meat of the schedules now. Auburn at Texas A&M, 2:30. Now, we've been to Texas A&M. It's a tough place to play.
Yep.
They yell the whole darn game.
They stand up the whole game.
They stand up the whole game, and they yell
Why get a seat?
the whole time the opposing team has the ball. Can't remember the last time when Auburn went there. That's what I'm saying. Give me a line. Give me a point spread.
Mark, help me out. A&M -2.5. What do you think?
Ooh, Auburn plus 2.5?
Yeah.
Got to roll with A&M on that one.
Yeah, me too.
Got to roll with A&M.
Do you know
Come
Mark
on.
scored 5 touchdowns in one game? with the Jets?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think that as far as I know, that was the record right there.
Yeah, I
don't
think somebody
remember.
scored 4. I forgot.
Your
Might have
son
been
scored 4.
Yeah, Mike Magine.
Yeah, Maggie probably scored
4.
about 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so look, nobody cares about Louisville at Florida State. But if
Don't
I
care.
had to pick a team, I'm going Louisville.
Yeah.
Louisville. I don't even care about the line. I'm saying straight up, Louisville beats Florida State.
There you go.
Now, FS1
Yeah.
at 2:30, SMU at TCU on FS1. Like I say, give me a line for SMU at TCU.
TCU minus 13.5.
TCU minus 13.5. That's a rivalry game. Believe it or not, that's that old Southwest Conference.
Yep.
SMU and TCU, these boys play each other in high school and
The
junior
Ponies.
high. They know each other. It's a rivalry game in a way. I'm rolling SMU at TCU plus 12.
13.5.
13.5. Okay, even
Yeah,
better.
they give
They
you
put that
another-
half on there. TCU hasn't looked good offensively.
Yeah.
They haven't really looked good as a whole period.
Yeah.
So look, okay.
I'm taking the mascot outlook at it. I think the pony can step on the Horned Frog. I'm going Southern Miss. The Southern Miss. I mean,
Now-
Southern Methodist. I'm sorry.
Yeah. UCF at Pittsburgh. This is a split between either ABC or ESPN.
Yeah.
UCF at Pittsburgh. Now, I watched both teams play last week.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is formidable, although they were playing Penn
Yeah.
State. Penn State needs offense, but it's
Yeah.
UCF on the road at Pittsburgh.
UCF minus 10.
UCF minus 10.
Yeah.
All right, I'm rolling Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh lost the heartbreaker on the road. That's a
Yeah.
lot of points. They're going to be ready to play.
Well-
UCF, show me something. Prove me wrong.
Coach-
Prove me wrong.
Coach Josh Heupel, who was the OC at OU, he's now the head coach there at UCF. They got a team, and he's a great coach. He's a good coach, and they found a freshman quarterback, Dylan Gabriel from Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny how all
Yeah.
these players come from Hawaii. These great quarterbacks here lately, Mariota and Tua, and who else? There's a couple other ones.
There's great quarterback coming from everywhere. It doesn't
You got
matter.
that right. Who else you got there, man? Getting that Big
Okay,
12.
look, the Washington at BYU. This is another ABC ESPN2 split. Now, Washington, I don't know who they played last week or whatever. I didn't see him. Maybe they were on Pac-12 Network or whatever. Maybe they had a bye week. BYU is coming off a tremendous win. They're getting, 2 tremendous wins. They're finding their bearings. Washington, to me, is coming back for blood, because they lost to Cal
Right.
2 weeks ago. But it's Washington at BYU. That's 2 straight home
That's
games.
tough.
So give me a line.
Washington minus 6. Started out at 6.5.
Wow, Washington minus 6. There's BYU getting 6 points again at home. I'm rolling with BYU.
Me too.
BYU doesn't die easy. They fight the whole way. I'm rolling with BYU.
You got that right. Come on with it.
South Carolina, Missouri, SEC Network. Missouri, I'm rolling with Missouri at home. Missouri's tough to play at home. I remember when they were in the Big 12, they were tough to play at home. So I'm rolling with Missouri. Okay.
That's good.
Also, 6 p.m. ESPN, Oregon at Stanford. Now, Stanford has not looked good this year. Oregon is rolling on all cylinders. Stanford is having quarterback issues, offensive issues, defensive issues. They got demoralized last week at UCF. They're coming back. Yes, they're going to be at home in that beautiful climate of Palo Alto. But I will say Oregon is coming to play. Give me a line, Joe.
Oregon minus 10.
Oregon minus 10 at Stanford.
Stanford's on a
Those
2-game losing
late
streak.
Pac-12 games, they just start scoring. So, yeah, I'd have to roll with Oregon.
Yep, me too.
As of right now, even if it's minus 10, I think Oregon can cover that. Stanford's reeling, man.
Right.
Stanford really is. Okay, so here we go. Now like I said, we're getting into the meat of the schedules. 6:30 p.m. ABC Oklahoma State at Texas. Now, look,
well,
I've seen Texas play. Haven't really seen Oklahoma State play a complete game. This is Big 12. It's on the road. You could guarantee both teams are going to score a bunch of points and make it interesting. Joe, give me a line.
it opened up at 6.5, Texas, minus 6.5. Now it's at 5.
Oh, wow, it came down. It
Yeah.
came down.
Yeah.
So, Oklahoma State
3-0.
at Texas. Goodness gracious. I'd have to roll with Texas.
Okay.
I'd have to roll with Texas.
I'm going to disagree again with you on this one. I'll go the Cowboys out of Oklahoma State. I think that's going to be the Remember T-Bone game.
Remember T-Bone?
Yeah, remember T-Bone Pickens, who just passed away.
Oh, T-Bone.
Yeah,
T-Bone.
yeah, man.
T-Bone.
Like,
T-Bone. I was like, all right, here we go. CBS. Now, you know it's a serious game if it's on CBS prime time, 7 p.m., the big one that everybody's going to be talking about, Notre Dame at Georgia. That's right. The Domers are going into an opposing SEC team's stadium. This is what we've all wanted. This is what everybody's talked about
That's it.
all year. This is a playoff game mid-season. Here we go. Notre Dame at Georgia. Joe, feed it to me.
It started out Georgia minus 12.5. Now it's moved up 1.5. It's Georgia minus 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points, 14.
Ooh, I got to roll with the Domers on that. 14 points?
Yeah.
I got to roll with the Domers on that one, man. I'm sorry. Georgia proved me wrong.
Yeah,
Proved me wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going with the Domers, too. I think Georgia is going to show that they are overrated. I mean, even the point spread. But to me, Georgia's overrated. LSU smashed them here last
Yeah, they
year. And if
smashed
they
them.
get up in the East and LSU
smashed
wins
them.
it all, they'll beat them in the Atlanta
All right,
for the big
here we go.
Chillac and Chilita.
Late night football. 9:30 p.m. ESPN, UCLA at Washington State. Now, I've seen both Washington State play and UCLA play.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly has nothing working for him.
No.
I would say I watched Houston and Washington State last week. Now, Washington State's no Oklahoma, but it's the same type of system. I think that Washington State tears their ass up. If I'm not mistaken, it's UCLA on the road. UCLA at Washington State.
Yeah.
At 9:30 ESPN. So I'm gonna have to roll. Wait. Give me the point total.
The spread is 19. Washington State.
Whoa.
Wazoo. Chip Kelly's poison, man. Everywhere he's been since he left Oregon, he hasn't done anything. He got into the pros. He tried to change their diet regimen, their sleep regimen, and all that stuff like that. I mean, he has not, and their work in progress. Like I say, if they upset USC at the Battle of Los Angeles at the end of the season, hey, he's he may save his job and Helton's out. But I mean,
9:30 ESPN. UCLA at Washington. Washington minus 19. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to roll with UCLA on that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to roll with UCLA on that one.
Yeah.
Plus 19? That's a lot.
Okay.
That is a lot.
In the Big 12, let me just throw this out there. In the Big 12, it opened up West Virginia minus 7. Now it's minus 4.5 versus the Leicesters, the Miles, Kansas guys. Kansas
I didn't see that one anywhere.
Yeah. That's again, that's a 4:30 game time or 3:30, I guess. But I don't know where it's at. But I think West Virginia covers.
Oh, hey, we missed one. Kentucky at Mississippi State.
Ooh.
Okay, Mississippi State got beat by Kansas State. They're not going to let that happen again. Give me a line. Kentucky now. Kentucky's also coming off of a loss. I still don't see that.
Yeah,
Kansas.
well, check this out. Mississippi State opened up at 8.5. Now they're down to 6.5. Minus Kentucky plus 6.5.
Yeah, I want to say they beat Mississippi State there last week at Kentucky and Mississippi State.
Yeah,
I don't know, dude. I'd have to still roll with Kentucky.
I'm going Kentucky. Yeah, me too.
Kentucky.
Me too.
And that is 3 p.m. on SEC Network. And that's pretty much all I got for this week. If you like what you hear, if you like what you see from the Joe and Joe Show, then go ahead and subscribe to us. Hit the bell notification. That way you can basically get like a text message when we, release a new show and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, man.
Now we'll try to be back around this time next week, so be looking for us.
I'd like to shout out to Big Kane Taylor. Got a job. He's working. I hope they move you up to crew chief.
Yeah,
bud.
crew chief. Assistant crew chief.
Ask your dad about that one. But anyway, that jarhead Marine over there in Japan, Heath Mendoza, keep us safe, USMC. I'd like to give out to all the kids out there going to school, dealing with everything. I know it's the first progress reports, interim reports coming out in our family. I think all the grades look good. Keep up the good work, all my grandchildren. And then I'd like to give a shout out to the little guy from Big Texas, got in pay dirt end zone with the touchdown and the extra point to follow. But yeah, they really look good. They're rolling 3-0. Or 4-0 now. So, and then he played a baseball game, played football Saturday, then went to select baseball and played a doubleheader Sunday. Didn't get home till about midnight Sunday night. So he's got it going good. Who else? We got some shout outs to.
Pretty much it. Just hello everybody that watches the show.
Family. And if those who know the show, those family who watch the show, or those who don't, if I have this hat on, these glasses, if it reminds you of somebody, please let me know in the comments below. We love y'all all. Little ones, say your prayers. Drink all that milk, big and strong. We love y'all. Peace.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
Good night.